I talked about ENreco in my Grember stream, in case you were wondering what my opinion was, which I can reiterate here now that I complained in Grembers. What, now I can do it with like, oh, I have the most objective, true fact opinion that you can now clip. And I'm just always so correct, and I have the most correct opinions about ENreco. I'm just so right all the time. Clip that! Clip that! Gigi Winning has the only correct opinions. I was planning on doing, I almost did a ENreco super chat reading stream today, but I really wanted to play 13 Sentinels. Just really wanted to do it. Just super wanted to play 13 Sentinels so bad. And I have to take the opportunity so I can play a little bit. We have to progress a little bit. Join the Grammarship. Yeah, if you want to hear all of my thoughts and everything that I was afflicted with. Join Grammar stream. Gigi Moonin has so many thoughts. Here are my ENreco thoughts for people who aren't Grammars and they want to clip it to share. Just kidding. Unless where people are like, yeah, I do wanna last, mayhaps. Okay, so I said, if you're a Grammar, you already heard me talk about it, because I still have the same opinion. It has not changed. But I feel that we're all very grateful for ENreco because it's nice to have a very big company-led EN project. So if you're gonna flame them, can you flame them nicely? If you're planning on flaming them, can we please flame them so nicely and constructively? Because I was constructively when I had to do the feedback form, I was also constructively complaining. Lord, oh, Shiori Novella, you're still here. But do you agree? It's just so beautiful that they were to do a EN project and spend so much money on an EN project. They should keep doing that. But we can't complain, but do in a way where they're not like, oh, everyone thinks it's shit from the butt and let's cancel it forever. Let's we don't think that. Everyone complains because they care. Because they care about it. That's why. Do you hear that? Are you listening, staff? We're appreciative of your efforts. Everyone really likes ENreco. It's a good show, and that's why people are so vocal about it, because they care about this piece of media. Yeah, thanks, Staff San. Do we need to babysit them? You don't have to. I'm just saying there's a difference between saying this sucks, I hope you all lose sleep over this, and then going, there was some parts that I didn't like and there are some parts that I liked, but overall blah 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 blah. You see how how words can change. Blah 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 blah. It was still all in good fun. I think the nature of it all makes it a little difficult to balance around, I guess. I don't know. I think if I was the one who was tasked, and okay, imagine me hired to make ENreco, but I'm giving a bunch of things to keep in mind, and then add on top of that, what if I wasn't a huge Hololive watcher? This is not the case. I don't actually know who's working on this. But just imagine a hypothetical situation where you're randomly picked up off the street and you're hired to make ENreco, and you're given a list of things and you don't super know these people. And then you're like, okay, so I have to make it beginner friendly. I have to make it palatable to watchers. I need to make it palatable to the girls. I need to make it in a way that they can engage with it, but also not feel limited by it. And also that not all of them are like super into the roleplay aspect and they just want to play, but we still want them to play. So there's like a bunch of things that you have to consider, and you're like, how do I make this in a way where it's still engaging, but it doesn't force someone to roleplay if they don't want to roleplay? For all things, I do think that was definitely the case for the first season because everyone was really, really new to it. I think by the third season, everyone is kind of understanding how they want to play. So I think because of the first season, it was more like loose, and now everyone has. Oh, we've done ENreco for 2 seasons. I'm getting into the swing of things. I want to take a more active role in role playing. So now we need to change the formula a little bit where, okay, how do we make it in a way where we reward their role playing versus when before we were just trying to make it that they felt okay doing whatever. So that they can definitely do something for next time. I do think there needs to be forced break days. I put that in my feedback form. There has to at least be one forced break day. I think ideally there should be 2 forced break days where they turn off the server for 24 hours, just completely. And then no one can play, no one can log in. And I think it's up to us if we want something like a story. It's up to us to communicate with each other, which I was very, very lacking in doing this time around, because if you watch my Grember stream, I was afflicted with things. That is definitely one thing that could be improved on. I can't speak for everyone, but definitely on my part, is that if I want a story to be told in a certain way, you kind of have to bring it up in private, because all good roleplay is kind of collaborated upon and also communicated. Like, you don't have to tell them everything, but you do kind of give a general guideline so someone knows how to help push that along or react. Otherwise, I think it ends up in a loop that we fell for a lot, because a lot of the time when something is brought up in roleplay, but we don't know their intentions, so we don't know, like, oh, would it be overstepping of me to go, no, I'm gonna do this and I'm going to block what you're trying to say, but I don't know if you actually want me to do that. I don't know how much pushback you want from me in this moment, and I don't want to actually cancel what you're doing because I don't know what's going on in your head. So next time, I think having those blocked out mandatory rest days does give people the room to discuss it. Like, they give them a little breathing room. But I think this time, because it was short run, and then is, I don't know, like 6 days, it just goes, it's like next, and everyone's playing. And I know Narissa was online a lot. People were online when they weren't streaming and they were farming for stuff. And I think that really, really gets in the way of giving your character development, and like your it just like it gets in the way of breathing room, because you're like, oh, I just gotta go to the next day. I just gotta make it to the next day. But if you force someone offline, they have to sit and think about their actions in roleplay if they wanted to, if they put meeting in it. Is staff aware of my extensive RP experience when I'm giving the feedback? I don't know. I'm not sure. Those side quests drove everyone insane. I did not do a single one. My bad. So that's my suggestion, is they need to force a break day, and then maybe an optional day. One optional day for someone if you have like a roleplay you want to do and you communicate about it and you're like, can someone log on this day for this roleplay and then we can finish things off? Might be good to have an optional day, but I don't think it's necessary. But two break days sound really awesome. I think what's hard about spreading it out is that everyone's schedules are very, very, like, we don't operate on the same schedule. It just like runs into the risk of someone being really, really busy on the one day that you have scheduled on that calendar. Someone could be, I think it applies for every week, like that ENreco week, some people were busy, but it's like you spread it out and then suddenly it's like, oh, that person can't make it because they're forced to be in the studio that day. Anyways, those are my very, very correct opinions of ENreco. very neutral. If I do my catch-up stream, I probably have more opinions to talk about, but those are like my most pressing opinions. We need a break, and also I could have worked harder in RPing, but I was occupied. I was preoccupied. Yeah, I do think RP does need to have a little bit of structure, and that's where my feelings are, is that I'm bad at pacing it, and also I wasn't working very hard on pacing it, but I did think about it like midway through the season, where I'm like, this could be, I could pace some things better, but alas, would be nice to have a DM or something. I think it's a good thing to maybe think about, but I don't know how it would work out. And that's where everyone gets stuck when they're thinking about the logistics of everything, you know? Where it's like, yes, in theory, that could be very good, but in theory, it could also be really bad. So when they go to the drawing board, they're like, how does this work? So it is, I understand where they fall into, like, I do think it's a struggle to plan for a bunch of girls, and you have to factor in everything that I talked about. And you kind of want to give them structure for the people that are just there for the ride, you know? Like, you want to have these plot points if someone is not as engaged in making their own story, and then they can follow that story and then just use that as a springboard. But then you have the people that are really engaged in making their own stories, and you're like, how do I find the balance in between these two things? So things to think about. If you have a suggestion and you're like, I know how to fix this, put it in the feedback form. If you have a good idea on how, about all the things I talked about right now, you're like, I think I have an inkling on how I would approach this. What if you put your idea in that feedback form, and then maybe they'll look at it. What feedback form? I don't know where it is. You're gonna have to ask someone for it. I just know it exists. Go look for it. Go find it yourself.
And thank you for watching. So please subscribe. Thank you. ありがとう。